What's up everybody, I'm Shade. Welcome to this special video. It's going to be a squad builder of my national team of Romania. Now, people ask me all the time if I'm Romanian, even in videos where I have just said it about 5 times and the first comment will still be, "Are you Romanian?" So I'm gonna try settling this once and for all by saying that yes, I am 100% Romanian, but I know that for sure these comments will still come. But now, let's get into the actual squad. In goal we have Costel Pantilimon that was actually just released by Manchester City and signed for free by Sunderland. Now he started his career playing for my hometown team, he went on loan to Manchester City to cover for Joe Hart after Shay Given left, and they eventually just ended up buying him. As far as FIFA goes, I'm really curious to see about this guy because I used him last year and people were saying that he's the best silver goalkeeper in the game, and if he was the best, I really wouldn't want to use the worst because Pantilimon last year for me was just awful. He had no reflexes to save anything, and the only shots that he would stop would be those targeted right at him, and even then he wouldn't even catch him. The only thing he did have going for him is that he's so tall that it's almost impossible to chip him. So he was really bad last year and I'll let you know what I think of him this year later on. Now the first defender we have is Cristian Kevo, the Romanian captain, an underrated footballing legend and an amazing human being. Most people will probably know him for the helmet that he wears every match. What happened is that he hit heads with an opposing player. He was stretchered off the pitch and was in surgery for 2 hours for fractured skull. He got completely cleared and didn't even have to miss that much action, but he did have to wear the protective helmet for the rest of his career. He actually retired earlier in March this year, so he won't be in any more FIFAs. Farewell to Cristian Kevo and thank you for everything you've done. The next defender we have is Vlad Chiriches. It's his first ever FIFA, but already he's an infamous card because he's a non-rare gold BPL defender with 82 pace. Now if you've never seen what this guy is capable of, please look him up on YouTube. Actually, you know what? Just click on his card on the screen and I'll link a compilation of him. He's amazing and he does so much for a defender. His high work rates might be annoying, but they're very accurate. He actually scored against Chelsea in the Europa League last year to equalize before halftime for Steaua Bucharest. At right back we have Cristian Sapunaru. I'll be honest, I don't know much about him. I do know that he played for FC Porto, but I was really looking forward to using him because he's 187 centimeters tall and he looks like a pretty darn solid defensive-minded fullback. At left back we have Stefan Dorado. He's one of the favorite fullbacks to use in Serie A this year because that league is really lacking goal left backs in FIFA 14. I don't really know that much about him either. I usually like my fullbacks to have high attacking, medium defending work rates, but he's the other way around. I still think this card is very solid, and next year he might actually be a center back because for Lazio he mostly plays as a center defender, except for the last 2 seasons where the new coach has him at left back sometimes. If he's a center back in FIFA 15 with those stats, he'll be amazing. The first midfielder we have is Costin Lazar. He's actually a free agent right now and might even retire because he is 33 and has been playing for quite a while. Now an interesting story about him is that when he was playing for Rapid Bucharest in 2009 in a match against Otelul Galați, the referee awarded him a penalty for getting fouled in the box. Lazar refused to take the penalty, claiming his opponent got in a fair tackle and eventually persuaded the referee to award a drop ball, which one of his teammates just kicked it out for the goal kick. Now that is beyond fair play. The other center mid we have is one of the best players in this team. It's Alexandre Maxime. He has a very solid silver card for his position, good pace, and the double 4 stars for weak foot and skill moves. A lot of people are actually saying that he deserves 5-star skills because he uses tricks in real life more than El Hero Elia, who does have the 5 stars. I don't watch the Bundesliga enough to see Maxime perform, but if any of you do watch it a lot, do you think he should have 5-star skills in FIFA 15? At right mid we have one of my favorite players in this team and also one of the best players. It's Banel Nicolița. He is of Gypsy descent and he's gotten a lot of crap for that throughout his career, but he's always kind of moved forward with his head up. Racism shouldn't have place anywhere, especially not in football. Now an interesting story about Banel is, in 2006 when he was playing for Steaua Bucharest, they had a match against the mighty Real Madrid in the Champions League. The first leg Real had won 4-1 and then in the second leg on Santiago Bernabeu it was still 0-0 after 70 minutes. This was a huge deal for the underdog Steaua. if they could even get a draw against Raul on the Bernabeu, it would make history. But in the 70th minute, Banel tried a simple back pass to the goalkeeper, the goalie was off his line, and the ball rolled into the back of the net. Everybody that was watching then will remember this.
Nu se poate așa ceva. Nu se poate așa ceva.
And the newspaper titles the next day saying, "Ce-ai făcut, Banele?" which means, "What have you done, Banel?" To take something good out of all this, right after he scored the own goal, one of my favorite touching moments in football history happened when David Beckham and Raul came to pick Banel up from the pitch where he was laying in shock, crying, and they kind of patted him on the back trying to console him. To complete the midfield, we have Gheorghe Bucur. He also played for my home team, but I was really not looking forward to using him because he is way too slow to be a winger. He was a center forward last year and his pace wasn't as big of an issue, but for FIFA 14 I think it just kind of makes his card useless. He probably knows that, which is why he looks so pissed at you in his picture. Last year he had the most amazing card pick ever. He actually looked like the guy in the Trololololo video. The first striker spot is occupied by Raul Rusedski. He actually has an inform this year, but unfortunately I have to use his regular card because some douchebag price locked his inform at 15 million coins by now. He'll probably not be in the game next year because his card is at Braga this year, but he was on loan from Sevilla and at the moment he's loaned again to Steaua Bucharest. Now to complete the team and my attack, who should I choose? I would really like to use the legendary striker Adrian Mutu, but unfortunately because he's had a little bit of a sniffing problem when he was playing for Chelsea many years ago, and FIFA, the federation, not the video game, banned the use of his trademark, which is why he'll never be in a FIFA game after that, but under the fictitious name of Andrei Murgu and not at all in Ultimate Team. So if I can't use Mutu, I should definitely go for Ciprian Marica. Unfortunately, the card that's on Foothead doesn't actually exist in the game, as right when FIFA 14 came out, he was released from Schalke and he was a free agent. He currently plays for Getafe in the Liga BBVA, but he can't be added to Ultimate Team until next year. So if I can't use Mutu or Marica, who did I actually go with? It's going to be Yanis Ziku. Now why the hell would I pick this card over so many others? Is it because he also started his career from my hometown? Is it because he's married to this crazy hot chick that obviously loves him for his personality, not money and fame? No, it's none of that. So why would I pick him? He has dreadful stats for striker. Why would I pick this crappy bronze card up front? Well, check it out. That's right. He's the only bronze 5-star skiller in FIFA 14 and he happens to be Romanian. Now please ignore the fact that I paid 1 million coins for him because he's such a rare card that some dick price locked him for at least 1 million coins. But I'm kinda looking forward to using him. It's always fun to have a 5-star skiller in your team. The team wouldn't be complete without a Romanian manager to keep the boys on track. I went with Dan Petrescu. I love this guy in real life. He used to play for Chelsea in his footballing career, and then as a coach he took all of that knowledge he got about English football and applied it to the team he managed, Unirea Urziceni, and he absolutely kicked ass with it. But that's the actual team right there, and now instead of just showing you highlights of random goals I scored with this team, I'm gonna do something different. I played best out of 3 against my friend and we both are using a team of our nationality. So I was Romania and he was Israel. Let's see how my compatriots do. So the first chance here, it's Ziku with those skills to pay the Romanian bills, and he's inside the box but his stats are crap and they do feel like crap. However, Maxime here with the ball roll drag back, he takes the shot, it goes in off the post. I'm telling you, Maxime is an amazing card. And my friend does have a counter here and he's going to finish it one-on-one with the goalkeeper to get back in this match in the 70th minute, and he tells me to calm down. He then has a free kick and he actually hits the post. Apparently one of his players has 87 free kick accuracy, but almost the 90th minute from that counter attack we actually headed in with Raul Rusedski. He's not in form but he will do, and we actually win this match 2-1, and it's only by 1 goal. We definitely outperformed his squad, but we need to see what's up in this second match. So we start our fresh. I have a ball here to Bucur. He doesn't have the pace but he has the touch and he has the finish to put us 1-0 in front. And then Raul Rusedski with an amazing outside of the foot shot. He makes it 2-0 in only the 20th minute. And we are not done there because Nicoliță Bănel is on the ball. He beats one player, he beats the second player, he beats the third player, and he finishes off in style. Ce-ai făcut, Bănele? What a beautiful goal from Bănel Nicoliță. And if things stay the way they are, we are not going to need a third match. My friend does get one goal back via a rebound after the good save from Pantilimon. And then he has a corner and he heads it in at the near post with, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. And then my defense is uncovered, he passes it across, and just like that, I've lost a 3-0 lead, and it's 3-3 now. And we actually have another chance here. Look at this one. This is amazing. Double save from Pantilimon. It does end up being offside, but Pantilimon this year is absolutely amazing. And we go into penalties. First penalty, he saves it. Second penalty, I save his. And we continue on the penalty. Rusedski is going to put that in the middle of the goal. And then he has a penalty. I position myself well, but I cannot save it. And then Bukur almost gets his save, but gets very lucky there with the penalty. Then he has a penalty. That's a world-class execution. No keeper is going to save that. Maxime here, he's yellow carded, but he puts it in the back of the net, sends the keeper the wrong way. My friend's penalty, I actually save it, which means if I score this penalty, I'm going to win. And I put it down the middle like a noob, and he actually saves it. And then he converts his penalty, and we start off basically from scratch. Whoever is gonna miss is probably gonna lose. Nicoliță, world-class penalty again. He has a penalty here, and I actually didn't even move. And now Radu gets saved, which means if my friend puts this one in the back of the net, he wins, and he does. And we've lost. We've lost this match. We were 3-0 up, and we actually pretty much got complacent. I'm not blaming anything other than myself. So we have the decider here, the third and final match, and this was a lot more straightforward. But then Nicoliță crosses it, Maxime heads it in the back of the net at the far post in the 56th minute. And we are 1-0 in front. We then have a corner, and Chiriches actually heads it in. He jumps over everybody, and Vlad Chiriches gets a goal. And then later on, in the 70th minute, Vlad Chiriches heads it in again to make it 3-0. And this time we're not going to lose that lead. So I think my friend felt a little bit robbed. I mean, nobody likes to lose to 3-headed goals, but we will see in the stats that I actually dominated that match and deserved the win. So that's been this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. I've been Shay. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.